Okay. Still going, huh?
We are live from New York City.
How's it going, guys? Andrew here.
And Connor.
Welcome to another initial reaction.
Woo!
This time for
Back to
a
back.
movie called Honey Boy.
Yes.
Brock. Yes, so if anybody knows what this movie is, would you say inspired by or loosely based on Shia LaBeouf's life?
I think a lot of it is based on his life, yeah.
So you'd say,
I mean, he's the sole writer, I believe.
Yeah, so it's
Quick fact check. Let me look it up.
pretty much Shia LaBeouf's adolescent years.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Yes, when he the movie takes place when he's 12 and when he's
Sole writer.
22.
Mm-hmm.
So
12.
Lucas Hedges plays 22-year-old Shia LaBeouf, and what's the young kid's name?
Noah Jupe.
Jupe.
My boy.
From
Oh, he's 14 now.
14.
Cute. Oh my God, he's growing up so fast.
Plays 12-year-old Shia LaBeouf, but they call him Otis in this film, which I think it's a smart move.
Yeah.
I think it's very humble for him.
Because, like, even if, like, all of this isn't directly from his life, you know, you're not going to call him Shia.
Yeah.
That's, like, pretty on the nose.
Yeah, you don't want
I don't
that.
think he wanted that.
No,
That's
I don't
why
think he
wrote
wanted.
it.
That's why he did. That's why he called it Otis. So, but pretty much this movie, it's just a look at what went down with Shia LaBeouf's younger career with his dad and his relationship with just people around him, and those relationships affected by the relationship he had with his dad.
Right.
And it's a pretty hard watch.
I think this was pretty, like, therapeutic for Shia, you know?
Yeah, I think he needed...
I mean, to get this off, you know, his chest, or, like, this is what he's probably been thinking about for a long time.
If the movie is
like,
if the dates are true,
Mm-hmm.
he's had this idea since like 2005.
Yeah, like almost 15 years.
So if he's known that he wanted to make this movie for, like you said, like almost 15 years.
That'd be interesting if he did start it out in rehab because he was, like, forced to write something.
Yeah, when he was forced to write it, and then
that'd be really interesting if that was true.
How did you think of the split timeline like that?
I think my biggest gripe is that Lucas's scenes don't have much going on in terms of tying into the narrative, or it could have been, like, edited a little bit better, or maybe written a little bit better, because every time we bounce back, everything with Noah and Shia himself were, like, easily the best scenes for me. Like, way better than anything that's happening with adult Otis. But I mean, that's my personal opinion, but like, there's enough to appreciate because, you know, if you've been following Shia's life, even, like, loosely, like, just, like, hearing little news things, like he's been getting a bad rep, but before these last few years, because I feel like people have been more accepting. Like,
I would say about
he's back
around
into, you know, the limelight now.
I would say Indiana Jones Transformers 3, around that time was when he started going downhill.
Yeah.
Like when people started making fun of him and, like, he just started losing his mind.
I just don't think he was, you know, ready. You know, maybe he's just going through a lot at that point of his life, you know.
And when you watch this movie, you kind of realize, like, you know, he's not, like, he is a child actor, but he's not crazy like a Leo. And
yeah, he's just a kid.
Yeah, he was just a kid. Like, he didn't, like, his career didn't go as big as Leonardo's, and his didn't go as small as Macaulay Culkin. He became a Disney star, and then he got into a movie, and then he got picked up into a franchise, and then his career just kind of crashed. You know, like, he got a lot of money, and he did a lot of things, and his past and all the money and all that stuff just kind of affected him, and he just kind of went crazy, you know.
I don't know what Disney Channel stars, man. I don't know what they do to those kids.
I don't know either, but
we're on to Disney. That's gonna be my documentary.
It's but, like, so, like, just the movie as itself. I think, yes, all the stuff that happens in 1995 is just amazing. Like,
oh yeah,
I love how like
this is easily Shia's best performance.
Oh my, it is. Like, I mean, Holes, special place in my heart. I love.
Well,
Holes.
yes, but in terms
like,
of performance,
like,
wise,
you're like, shit, you're an actor.
Yeah.
Like, you.
And like that's why it's so personal. Like he played his own father.
Like I
that
think
must have been
this
so hard
was
for him.
like this was probably torture, honestly. Like he probably just like
PTSD, like he's going through that.
Because there are some scenes where he is, verbally abusing or physically abusing his son, which is literally him. Like he is in the role of his dad and he's beating himself up.
Right.
And so when you think of that, you're just like, fuck, this movie's deep. Like there's a lot of issues in this movie, and there's a lot of like, I don't know, like there are scenes where you're just kind of like taking a step back because you have to realize like shit, like he's reliving this all a second time now in the perspective of his dad's shoes.
Wrote the whole script by himself.
Yeah.
Starred in it. I'm glad he didn't direct it. I feel like that was a good decision.
That was a good decision. Did he produce it?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
He has quite a bit of money, I'm sure.
The directing was pretty good. I think I looked at her filmography, and this is like
not.
pretty much the only thing.
He's not a man producer, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like known for a documentary.
Maybe.
She got big off of a documentary a few years ago.
So it's cool that she got the chance to do this.
Har'el. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right.
It's okay. I say words all the time that are wrong, so
I just feel bad when it's names though. It's like I really botched that. It took me forever to pronounce Denis Villeneuve right.
Yeah, that's a hard one to say.
Yeah. But good first feature from her. Like really solid.
Definitely
looked good.
I love the colors in it. The cinematography is really good.
The color palette. So.
Yeah, it's a really pretty film. There are some artsy moments.
I wish there was more artsy moments because, like the pie scene that's in the trailer.
Like the poster,
right? Yeah, and then like that's like the opening, or not the opening of the main
it's
trailer.
The opening of the flashback. The beginning of going back in time.
Like I wish there was more like surreal, like not maybe necessarily slow mo like that, but like just more artistic. Like
one of my favorite was probably
segments.
Older Shia LaBeouf or older Otis
yeah.
when he enters that RV and he's like hearing their conversation on the radio. Like that was kind of eerie. That was pretty. Yeah,
there's some cool little decisions.
I really like that
was
idea. Like overhearing a conversation on the radio that you're gonna eventually hear later on in the movie. So,
but I wasn't really prepared to be like there's gonna be so many scenes of just dialogue driven stuff.
It's a very small movie. Like a lot of, I would say a good.
It is a small movie. Yeah. I
would say like a good chunk of the movie takes place in their little 1-bedroom like motel thing, pretty thing that they're living in. It's just hard. Like the dialogue and it's from the gut. Like every piece of dialogue is just ripping out of Shia LaBeouf's like just thoughts and his like inner demons, and it's a rough movie, but it's really good. I really highly recommend it. It's Amazon, so it's gonna be on Prime eventually, which is nice.
That is nice. Yeah.
That's always nice about Amazon Prime movies.
I forgot whenever the Amazon logo popped up. Like
I had no idea who produced this.
Snap, I forgot that Amazon did this.
I hope it gets some like award love.
I don't think it's going to for Shia, but I really wish Shia would get consideration.
Yeah,
I had to make my list of like my personal favorites. But I feel like after it was over, I was like, I think he would be up there for. I don't know if he's. I think he's the top billing in this, but like I would have considered him a supporting character.
Yeah, I would give him the supporting role. Yeah. Definitely. It's more of the younger kid.
I feel like Noah Jupe would be, but like he's not the bigger name, I guess. So whatever.
But he did a really damn good job.
Yeah,
like
this is probably one of my favorite performances from him. Like the few that we've had.
There are just some scenes where you're just like, damn, this kid is acting his ass off. Coming off of the most recent Mandalorian episode we watched with some horrific acting.
Good stuff. Episode 5?
Episode 5. I think it's called like The Gunslinger. Yikes. But anyways, that's a different story when we talk about the show after the season's done.
But yeah, shout out to FKA Twigs. She was like the nurturing girl.
Oh, okay, that was her.
She's like a pop star, like an avant-garde British pop singer.
Shout out to the Daredevil chicken.
Oh yeah.
Also, I love that. I was really hoping they were going to show some photos. And they did. And so that really, I think it brings it, like if you just went into this movie not knowing anything, and then you see that and you're just like, fuck, that's Shia LaBeouf as a kid. And then like, you're just like, holy shit. Like if you didn't know, and then
Yeah.
you see the picture of young Shia LaBeouf with his father, you're just like your mind's blown.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of full circle. Like those photos, I'm glad they did it because you just needed to actually be like, hey, this is like this was real. Like this happened. And
I wish it was a little bit longer.
yeah, it's pretty short. It's like right at an
very short.
hour and a half.
It flies by.
Yeah, it flies by. I could have gone with like an extra like 20 minutes, especially like exploring more of the filming part of it. We don't get that many stuff in like the actual studios, but like the one scene where he's filming like the goofy, cringy kid movie where he has all the rich stuff on, and like the actors like saying all the stuff that he wishes his dad would say to him. Like, I wish there was more of that because I couldn't even imagine what that kid was going through.
Well, I feel like Shia himself didn't include that much in the script because he felt like that really didn't matter to him as much. It was just a job. You know, he's the one paying the bills, you know, like. So I feel like I get what you're saying. I think I would have liked more of some more Lucas Hedges stuff, like him doing more, like pre-getting arrested.
Oh, kind of like the beginning when he's like...
More of a descent into, you know...
Because we get it, but it's like a
demons.
montage of
right,
like
it's
a
like,
minute.
Oh, okay, now he's just going to be stuck in this place the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like... All right.
I could see that, a little bit more of that. Like, and not even like, don't take what actual Shia LaBeouf did in real life. Just expand on that, like just like maybe come up with new
this is what Shia wanted. This is what
you know
this is his passion project, so I'm not going to be like too critical about it.
No,
I would have liked to have seen more. I still really enjoyed
my biggest gripe is just the length, really.
I just wish it was just a little bit longer, just a couple more scenes to flesh some more stuff out.
But it's a really good movie. I highly recommend it if you can see it in theaters. I think it will be in theaters, like smaller theaters.
Yeah, it's been like slowly going around the country a little bit.
I'm glad we got to see it.
So hopefully now you'll be able to see it on Prime if you have Prime.
Yeah,
but,
give it like a month or something. It'll be on Prime.
Yeah, so that's the nice part about Amazon, and they make they purchase pretty decent projects. So,
it's
thankfully.
So,
score.
Final
thoughts?
Final thoughts. I enjoyed it. I think it's. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I really did.
There you go.
Go see it. Final thoughts for you?
Yeah, I just really appreciate coming from the heart from Shia, because like I was just thinking about, man, like everyone will like make fun of him all the time, call him crazy, like oh he's just another crazy Disney person, which he is in some respects, but it's just like now we know where a lot of that comes from mentally, you know, psychologically. So I'm really glad he was able to put this out. And he has a really good relationship now with Noah, like Jude the actor.
That's good.
Like he's like his little father figure now, which is really cute to me.
Adorable.
So, shout out to my boy Noah.
But yeah, I would say A-, B+.
Okay. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Another 8 out of 10 for me. It was leaning on 9 a little bit. I was like, did I really, really love this movie? But yeah, I feel like it is such a small movie, and I appreciate it for it being that. But in terms of like a whole narrative, I would have liked a little bit more. So that's my final thoughts.
Yeah, well,
Like a ranking, do you have like a rough ranking? Is this anywhere near your 10 or 20 of the back half? It's in my current 20, but it will probably not be in there.
I think it's in my current 20 of the entire year.
Okay.
I think it might be an honorable mention just in the latter half.
It'll definitely be an honorable mention for me in the latter half, but I don't think it'll make my final 20.
If anything, it will be like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
So I think it's like sitting.
It'll be around there.
Yeah.
You know, on the bubble.
But yeah. Changes will be coming to the list, you know, like right before the podcast.
Once
just kind of
the
like
break hits,
moving it around, and
once the break hits, and I watch all my Netflix films I need to watch, and like stuff that's on Hulu now that I didn't catch earlier this year and stuff like that, because I have like 10 plus movies to watch still for this year, so I'm not ready for that.
Lots.
So, but I have more time during the break now that final season's almost over. That's why we're like stressed and tired and groggy. Lovely. Hating life.
Well, I think without further ado, guys, this has been Andrew.
And Connor.
Peace.
It's been good.